What's going on, everybody? Robert Lee TV doing it a little early right now. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Give it a chance to let everybody know that I'm going live right here. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Going to my YouTube channel. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? As you know, as you can see the title, my thoughts on relationships. You know, a lot of times we are in the social media age, and a lot of our conversation, a lot of time, is molded around what we hear, our concepts of what a relationship should be and what shouldn't be. So there are some things I think, in my opinion, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on it. It really doesn't mean that that I'm right or anything like that. I'm just giving my thoughts on it. But one of the things that we are lately hearing now is about a man. Start off with the men first. We're starting to hear the concept about men saying now that if a woman has a career, has her own bag, has her own money, she has devalued herself, or she's out of the running when it comes to being in a relationship or finding a man to be in her life. Because we have the concept that the man is the provider, he's the protector. So there are men that are pushing the narrative that are saying that if you got money, if you got a career, if, in other words, if you got a life, that means that as far as a man is concerned, you're no good for me, because what I need is a person that doesn't have any money, doesn't have any resources, don't have any no network, no nothing. The only purpose for me, my partner, a woman that I choose, she needs to come into my life with nothing, and her whole life should be consumed with me. In other words, to support me and me only. Because if you got a career, you can't give me what I want. Excuse me, y'all. You can't give me what I want on demand. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's part of it. Like I said, for me, I'm just going. People that know to follow me, I go a little bit deeper than than most of the guys are saying. So that, in my opinion, that's what they're saying. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Some brothers can come up on my comment section if they see it, and they could give me their opinion on it. But basically, that's what the brothers are saying. Because if the woman has a career, if she has her own bag, she can't, if when I want something on demand, she's not able to give it to me because, well, she has her own career. Or secondly, who's that coming in? Hey, Mike, what's going on, brother? Are you back from your vacation, brother? Uh, Thank you, Mike. Mike said, "Good evening, brother. That is crazy thinking. If we both have, that makes us life better." I'm gonna get into appreciate that, Mike, and I appreciate you saying that. And that's what I'm saying. That's the new concept now. And like I said again, most of the guys that you see, they're in their late 20s, early mid 30s. That's spitting this out because, like I said before, if you're saying that, really, this is about control. This is about you having control of the life. In other words, you want somebody in your life that has nothing. So in other words, when you meet them, they don't have anything. If they do got anything, they barely got anything. They barely got a ride. They barely got any kind of income coming in, anything like that. So when they come into your life, they have to do, as like I said, I tell the ladies this all the time. But what the men are saying, you have to do as you're told. Because if I meet you and you ain't got nothing, that means I can put you in a car, or I can put you in a better car. I can put you in a better home. I can put you in better dresses. You used to just putting clear nail polish on your hand, and on your hands and your feet and this, that, and another. I can do all that, but for me to do all that for you, when I say this is what you do. In other words, you do as you are told. Now, for me, a lot of times, and I got it sitting right because I was going to use it. At first, I was thinking about using it, but I am. But like they told you before, most brothers out here, most of us men, especially African American men, the average income of those individuals, they only making like $47,000 a year on average. So for me, I said I was going to do it. This is my income tax thing. Um, and what I made this year, what I made this year was $53,123, and I think it said 39 cents. That's what I made in income tax. So I'm about $5,000 or $6,000. I'm about maybe $6,000 above what the national average is for a black male. Now, for me, my situation has always been, and I always try to break it down to brothers. When we talk about relationships today, really what today is about, like I said, with men on that side, it's about control. When you hear women talking about, I need a man that's going to take care of me, a man that's going to pay all the bills, a man that's going to be all doing all that, like I tell ladies all the time, you're going to do as you're told. But what it is, too, what a lot of us want to do, we on the come up, man. That's what we talk about. We want to spend money. See, we want to be on the ladies' side, in my opinion, on the ladies' side, the reason why you looking at six figures, you looking at the 50,000 and up, or just like I said, let's go with what they say, six figures, you looking to spend money. You're not looking to build anything. You're not thinking about financial, you're not thinking about wealth or anything like that. What you want to do is you want to give with a man. So again, just like I said before, you can spend money. You're not going to put any money up. You're not going to save anything. And like I said, 30, 40, 50 years old. So when you hit 60, 70, 80 years old, when you hear people talking about they 60, 70, 80 years old, they on a fixed income. The reason why they especially in our community, the reason why they on a fixed income is because when they were 30, 40, and 50 years old, they were in relationships or they got into a relationship up to marriage. I'm just saying, they got into these relationships and they were spending money. In other words, now I got more money. I can get a better wig. I can get better tennis shoes. I can get a better dress. I can buy a luxury car now. I can do more trips now. I can do all these things. This is what it's about. It's not about the legacy of the church. In other words, just like I said with me, I went to public school. My son went to private school. I'm trying to get certain streams of income started for myself. That will show my son, he will probably become the entrepreneur. Now, I might not become an entrepreneur. I might be an individual that got several streams of income. You see what I'm saying? I might have that going on in my life. But the point is, what I'm doing, like I said, I went to public school. He went to private. I had enough money to send my son to a private institution to learn. So when he see me as a father, I got other streams of income coming in. That's going to lead him into entrepreneurship. You see what I'm saying? When I leave here, the money that I leave behind, he can use that to become an entrepreneur, or he can have more streams of income than me. See, the purpose of any relationship is to build, not to spend. But a lot of times, back over here to my brothers, when you talking about, you don't want no woman that has any money, that has a bag, that has a career. It's about control. We don't want to say that word, but that's what that's about. That's about control. In other words, man, I don't have anything else. I don't have any jewels. I don't have any wisdom, but I got plenty of money in my pocket. And I know a lot of us, they know, if I got this money in my pocket, I can have this woman, and this woman has to do as I say do. In other words, I can't have jewels. I can't have a mentality. I can't have a personality. I can't have charisma that makes this woman submit to me just because she respect me as a man. I got to use my money, my position, my title, my network for somebody to submit to me or to do as I tell them to do. So that's the reason why you don't want that. So now, when I talk to brothers on that level, and I done had the conversations, I tell brothers all the time, it is in your best interest, if that's what you want, you need to stop we need to stop talking about same pay, same level. Because if you talking about, if you want a woman that's still on the same spiritual or mental level that you are, if you about six figures, if you about streams of income, and you say you want to meet a woman that is on your level, or that because of what your status and what it deserves. Now, if you only telling me, if you telling me your money, if you only talking about your money will get you a woman that has curves to her, if that's all your money means, if that's what you mean, and I ask brothers, and then they get to, and I have to be honest, because it's gonna be out here on social media. They get to stuttering and stammering when I say that. No, man, and the first thing out their mouth, that's why I said that at first. First thing, no, man, these women got to be on our level, got to be on our mental level where we're going. Okay, if they're on your mental level, when it comes to your thinking or how you going, wouldn't it make sense? This is another human being. The only thing it is the female gender of you. It's the female gender of you. Wouldn't it make sense that you, if she's on your level, she's thinking about streams of income, she's thinking about streams of income, entrepreneurship. She's thinking about six figures. She's thinking about being promoted on a job, this, that, another, growing, this, that, another. Wouldn't that make sense? You see what I'm saying? So we got to be real sometimes as men. We got to be real when we talk about that. We talking about control. And I tell brothers all the time, and ladies or anybody that sees this post, don't take it. I'm going to apologize on the front end because it may sound like that, but I don't mean it in a way. And I'm going to try to not dress it up or clean it up, but I'm just going to have to say it. Men, if that's what you need to do, you need to date women that are below you. In other words, man, you need to date women that if that's what you want, if you want that kind of control, you don't want a woman with a career, you need to find somebody that's barely making it. You need to find somebody that's struggling. You need to find somebody that mentally is not really thinking about finance or whatever the case may be. So when you appear to these women, they see your six figures, they see your cars, they see your credit cards, they see your homes, they see you doing certain things, and that's what those women will do what you want them to do, just solely because you have that cash in your pocket. We need to stop pretending like that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about as men. When you hear that segment of men speaking, that's what that's about. Control. That's all that is. Now over here to my sisters, a lot of time, when y'all talking about the six figures, baby, understand you can be in a six figure, you can find you a six figure man. But that man is only dealing with you because his money can get you. And understand, if his money can get you, he can get others. He has other options. Not saying you get with a man because a man is making $53,000 a year that I don't have other options. But the point that I'm making is, baby, it's not about you. Like I told you ladies before. Right now, you the 2022 model. But when those 23, 24, and 25 models come out, you will be traded in for the newer model. So in other words, the only reason why somebody's fucking with you is because of the size of your ass, your chest, and your sexual abilities. That's all they're there for. They ain't looking for your mental. Because back over here to the men, if a woman can ever get on your, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Men said a woman, some of these men are saying, I don't need no woman to tell me nothing about investing money. I don't need no woman telling me about S&P 500. I don't need nobody talking to me about. I don't need no woman talking to me about. All I need her to do is have sex with me, do as I was told, and be on my arm when I go out here to events. You starting to hear a lot of men speak about going overseas because the women overseas, they are different from the American woman over here. The women overseas know how to treat a man. Let's be honest. Okay, I would say this to men. Do not go into the modern cities. I'm not telling you, and when I say this, I know some silly brothers are going to talk about, I'm talking about going into the bush. No, I'm saying you need to go into the countryside. Because understand now, when you in Ocho Rios, let's take Jamaica. When you in Ocho Rios and this, that, and that, there are women that's working up in office buildings in Ocho Rios. There are female attorneys in Jamaica. There are female judges in Jamaica. There are female doctors in Jamaica. There are female nurses in Jamaica, school teachers. What you have to do, if you talking about going overseas and picking up these women, you're going to have to go into the rural countryside where the mother and the father is struggling. They are farmers. They doing the basic work, and they barely able to make it. And the father is willing to turn his daughter over to you for a better life, because he know as a farmer or what he does, or him and his wife, what they're doing, that their lives together, it ain't working. So if there's ability for you to come in and pick their daughter up and take her and make her have a better life, give her better clothing, better food, better health care, this, that, and that, she going. But when you talking about going overseas, talking about getting a woman because they different from American women, you need to stay away from the modern cities. You need to stay you need to stay away from the modern cities when you go to these countries. You need to go into the country. I didn't say the bush. I didn't say the jungle. I ain't trying to make no joke talking about go into the jungle and find a woman with a bone in her nose. No, you need to go into the countryside. If you go to Thailand, if you go to the Philippines, you need to be going down. You need to be checking out the women that are in the marketplace. That they selling stuff on the side of the road. You need to go down there. You need to go to those little, like we have here, little holes in the wall. That's where you don't need to go. You don't need to go somewhere where they are waiting tables or bartenders or working in a hotel somewhere. You don't need to mess with those women, because those women are more likely have had an opportunity to get themselves up. Like I said, a lot of brothers don't want to talk about that. But see, what you think about going overseas, getting you a woman from overseas, because she's going, only reason why she's doing what she want to do is she wants to get here to America. She wants to come to have a better life than what she got over there, because there's a strong possibility that, like I said, just like I said with her daddy that was a farmer and her mama helped them in the field with the crops and sell the crops in the marketplace. That was her life, because the only other men that's out there is just like her daddy. So if you come along, that's what that is. So you get with that woman. Well, see, if I get her and give her a better life, she's going to be submissive to me, not because of my mental, not because of my mentality, not because of my thinking, being able to build something, to push things in life and to have a network. She's with me because, see, instead of her just eating rice and a few vegetables here, you know what I'm saying? I can put a steak on the table. I can put a pork chop on the table. Instead of her having maybe only 2 or 3 dresses that her daddy got a couple of dollars together to get her in, or whatever she sold with her mama and they split it with the family, whatever, I can give her better dresses. She can do something with her hair. She can wear some diamonds. She can do that. That's the only reason why. That is the reason why brothers are hollering about that overseas mess. Because over here, like I said, when we talk about, like I said before, over here, what we're talking about, when we start talking about these relationships and this and that, people are not talking about building nothing. They're not talking about, like I told you when I mentioned my son, they're not talking about you went to public school, the next level up is private institution, or you were never entrepreneur, but you had other streams of income, but you trying to take your children where they don't work for anybody. You passing on something to them where they can start their own thing and they can be doing it for themselves. Ain't nobody talking about that. Most of us want to come together now. We're not even worried about our children. We're not worried about our children. We're not worried about our grandchildren. What we want to do is we want to find a woman, we want to find a man, get together, whatever money they got. That means I can get my toes done a little earlier. I can buy some more tennis shoes on the regular. I can get my hair done more than just I can get it done probably every week or something like that. I can get my hair cut every 2 weeks. I get my beard done up every week. That's what this is about. We about, like I said, especially in the Black community, we're about spending money, man. That's what we're about. We're about spending money. And so when we start talking about that, when we talk about this 6 figure, and we got to understand, Yes, six figure. It depends on where you live at. How much six figures? Because $100,000 in New York ain't nothing. 100,000 in LA ain't nothing. 100,000 in Dallas and Houston ain't really it no nothing. 100,000 in Memphis or something like that is it's a different story. It's a different story if you making 100,000 and you in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, somewhere like that. It all depends on where you living at and what what's the cost of living where you at. So but when we get into this, I need a man with six figures. When I tell lady, you talking about you need a man with six, you need a man to take care of you. Okay. But understand he gonna take care of you. But beyond that, what is you talking about? What when especially when men talk about producing children? Okay, you gonna produce. What is the legacy of the children? What is it that you gonna have a daughter that you can put braids in her hair, put weave in her hair, put some makeup on her face before she even reaches 18 years old, and just that another y'all look alike? Is that the legacy? What is the teaching? What is the teaching going on? What is the money? What's the financial teaching that's going on in the home, in the community? What is that about? Is it about, like I said, when I asked my sisters to post a picture without eyelashes and makeup? That's you. That's the plain. That's you. Okay, that is the real you. Now the makeup and all that brings on an enhancement. This stuff we got on social media, it can take away the blotches in your face, the filters. But this is the real you. So 9 times out of 10, if you in a relationship, this is what the man is going to have to deal with. So your beauty is based on the real you. No makeup, no eyelashes, none of that shit on your face. That's what it is. But sometimes as women, like I said, we as men, one of my sisters said that it is true. We as men got to do better. We got women out here now, like I told you before, we got black women now getting injections in their mouths. And we already have thick lips. But we got black women out here now injecting their lips, making their lips even thicker. And you are a African that already has that's a part of our DNA. It's the thick lips, the broad nose. Black women 9 times, like I told you, black women 9 times out of 10, when you meet them, they're gonna have it behind. So you don't have to add nothing to it. But because again, we have set up here and told this is the type female. See, when you get this, like I said with me, when I get this type of money, I'm supposed to have this type of woman. So again, I ask those brothers all the time when I come back over here to the men. Have you ever had a woman that had a shape to her? Have you ever had, in your eyes, have you ever had an attractive woman? Okay, so what you telling me, you and I'm gonna just use the brothers. So what you telling me, as long as you ain't really got no money in your pocket, you having sex with whatever, you having sex with ugly women, women that you wouldn't even think of downtown. Is that why you doing that? So you got to wait. When you get the money in your pocket, like I said, as soon as you get the money in your pocket, you're gonna go over here to the IG. You're gonna go over here to this type of female because you got the money now. Understand, you as a man, when you go over there, they're not looking at you. They already know why you coming over here because you got a certain amount of money and you can pay for them. You can purchase them. They're like we said, they just like in a store, they on the top shelf. You got enough money that you can buy the top shelf. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, you had lotion. You back in the day, you had the lotion that could keep your hands soft and dry, and keep the ash off you, and this, that, and another. It is what it is. But now you can go up into this top shelf and get this type of lotion that has a scent to it. Okay. But it's still keeping the ash off. But see, this one got a scent to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I told you, my brother Dale one shared a clip and people didn't even know it was true. They went and looked it up themselves. They had to go look up what my brother put up. He put up the old school, back in the day, women used to wear the jelly sandals. Man, you could get them jelly sandals in the 80s and the 90s. Man, you could get them jelly sandals, man. You could get them at Walgreens. You could get them anywhere. But now that Gucci has come out with a jelly sandal, look the exact same like it was back in the day. They want you to pay $600 for it. But most of us, man, that's why we getting together. We talking about the reason why we want to get together. See, if I get with him, I could, ladies, if I get with him, I could pay $600 for some jelly sandals, for a wig, for some hair, for this, for that. That you're not building anything. It's just like when we talk about, well, man, you need to be. No one is. You are foolish financially if it takes two checks to pay a mortgage. That is dumb. Okay, that is dumb. It should not ever, if you cannot afford a house, if you need a second income to be able to pay a mortgage on a house, you are a fool. You are stupid. You are dumb. Because all of your money, that money is a resource. If my woman has a career, she brings her money in with my money. We pull it together. Like I said, we can take $5,000 out and we can start investing money. And like I said, it's no guarantee everybody gonna stay together. But what I'm saying is you can take that same $5,000 out of our merged income, take $5,000, $2,500. We can go over here and start investing, growing an income, having a joint growing account in stocks and bonds. And so when we get 67, when we get now, like I said, yeah, we get 60, 70, 80 years old, we ain't on no fixed income. I don't have to sit up here when I'm in my 60s and 70s and 80s. I got to decide whether I'm going to eat some food or I'm going to pay for this medication. Because what I did in my 30s, my 40s, and my 50s, I made sure that I had me and my woman together. That's the same thing. She don't have to worry about that. You see couples like that all the time. You got to make a decision on medication or just a piece of chicken. You can't buy a piece of chicken. You can't buy a piece of chicken and have some mashed potatoes and corn, because if you spit it on that plate, you're not gonna be able to pick up this medication. That's why we need to keep ourselves healthy. But like I said, realistically speaking, that's why we do that. But see, when we get together, we're not looking at the fact. Here's the situation: when you looking at a man, you looking at six figures. What kind of man are you marrying? Because there are men out there that's doing six figures that will knock the taste out your mouth. They will knock they will beat you to death. They will physically do harm to you. They will emotionally do harm to you. They will do verbal harm to you. You see what I'm saying? So when you start looking at that type of stuff, these are the things that you got to think about. That's the reason why you see, as when we get old, now you got the memes out talking about, I'm 40 years old, and is this all that's out here? This broke dude, this gay dude, this dude with ED, this all this. Baby, understand something. As we get older, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, at 40 some years old, there are men that are 40, 50 years old that are out here that's working, that don't have ED problems, that ain't with the foolish shit, that ain't with the fuckboy shit. And even if they do have ED problems, baby, Viagra and Cialis is out here. It is what the fuck it is. There are men out here still doing it like that. So let's stop playing that game. That's not an issue if it's like that. But again, you as a okay, go down there and get you a 20-year-old, but you don't want to go down there because you say you go down there. It's time for PlayStations. It's time for all kinds of childish, foolish ass shit you got going on. But again, that's what time it is. Because like I told you, here it is, Donald Trump. We know Donald Trump. Like I said, we look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump just had his. We know that man got ED like a motherfucker. We already know that. But here he is with I think his youngest boy, it might be 10, 12 years old, by this woman he with now. So Viagra was used, baby. Cialis was used with that child, but she still brought one in the world, right? You see what I'm saying? So when we started getting it, but since he bought one, but you see how she gets treated. You see the response. Yeah, you got money. You can go buy your purses. You can go get your hair done. You can go on your trips. Yeah, I can have me whatever, baby. But at the end of the day, you got to make a choice. You ain't really finna go because, like I said again, if you don't know nothing, if you don't know nothing about financial wealth, you don't know how to build wealth, you don't know how to keep money flowing. Yeah, nigga can have you can get some money out of you can get some money out of a divorce. You can get some child support money, but in a few years, your ass is gonna be broke. Because here's the reality behind it. Yeah, you might be 40, you might be 50 with a body, but baby, at some point in time, baby, that shit gonna get old. You're not looking, like I said, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk. We got to start, if we want to have real conversations, we got to have real conversations. There was another um um post I was on with my brother Dale one he shared. It was a game show, and it was showing a black woman. It was three couples, one black couple and two white couples, and they was asking crazy questions or whatever. One of the questions was about a raise that if you come on to your boss sexually, and had the secretaries there. If you come on to the boss, if you come on to the boss, can you get a raise? Let me cut it short. Could you get a raise? If you as sexy as you are, as sexy as you could be, do you think your boss is gonna give you a raise? Well, the reality was the white females, they were saying no. One female, white female said yes, but they keyed in on the black woman because the whole entire time this black woman had an attitude. Now I don't know if her husband was a fuckboy or not, but every question was a positive. Will you give your secretary, even if your secretary rub on you, give you this, give you, be sexual with you, would you give her a raise? The man said no. Everything. Would you run off with your secretary? No. Do you love? Yes, I love my wife. All these different questions, but still, that black woman was sitting there with an attitude because of the secretary. You know what I'm saying? And like some of the women got mad. Well, you can see that she. No, that's not guaranteed. See, here's the thing that a lot of women don't understand. 1 in 4 black women will be married. Period. That's by any man. That's not by black men. Because 94% of black men marry black women. But what they're saying is this: 1 in 4 black women will ever have anybody to ask them to marry, whether he's white, whether he's black, whether he's Hispanic, whether he's Asian. And what they say is when they did this survey, you can go look it up. Just put it in. 1 in 4 black women will be married. Go look it up. After they did these UC researches, they done did I don't know how many studies, and it always turned out the same. The reason why they said black women were fun, they said black women were fun. Their attractiveness, their bodies, they talk about all of that. White men, black men, Asian, Hispanic. They talk about all of that. But when they gave you your props, how beautiful you are, how the sun hit you, and all that, they gave you all that prop. But when they talked to me, they said the number one reason why I would not marry the black woman that I did date or black women is because of the attitude. This ain't no 1970s. This ain't, I take that back because I don't want nobody to come back and say, Robert Lee, you lied. They was talking about they were talking about the 70s, the 80s, all the way up. You see it all different researches. Reason why they said it, attitude. Now, like I said, we could go into what we went through as a people, but even today, you can't even have a conversation with a black woman without her going on the defense. You can't even have a critique. You can't even have a conversation saying, sister, you probably need to chill out on that. You need to stop doing that. You need to hold up on that. That's not, especially if it's coming from a black man. They get extremely in their feelings when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? The attitude. That's what they said 1 in 4. Asian, Hispanic, and white men. Move black men out the way, but they say any man. But those 3 men, yeah, they will have sex with you all day. They will put diamonds on you all day. But they ain't finna put their name, they ain't finna put nothing on in their name on you. They ain't finna do that. Because they feel like, hey, you got too much mouth. When I try to have a conversation with you, when I try to hold, when I try to tell you something, you got a problem. You got an issue. You got something to say. I had one sister that was on my brother's post, and she was talking about, I date outside the race and this, that, another. True enough, everybody don't want to be married. I understand that. But understand, baby, yeah, you talking about those being outside the race, black, we ain't tearing each other. Baby, sometimes correction and accountability needs to be said on both sides of the coin. You as a black woman can't only talk about accountability from black men. When are you going to be accountable for some of the things that you do? Some of the reasons why, just like when I did that thing about coveting. That was domestic violence. Sometimes, ladies, you got to understand, Pookie and Ray Ray is a fucked up individual. Regardless of how sexy he is to you, regardless of how much you like that thug shit, that shit that happened in Covington, that's what you get. You see what I'm saying? That shit that happened in Covington, that's what you get. Well, baby, everybody make mistakes. Yeah, he whooped her ass. But see, I'm a woman that's got streams of income. I'm this type of woman. I'm this type of woman and this, that, another. That man had been whooping on her ass for years. Ever since she been with him. But he has a history of that. But I need to get, baby, sometimes, ladies, you got to accept the red flags that are there. This man here is known for whooping women's asses. This man here does not work. He won't hold a job. He won't do shit. Baby, like I told y'all before, you become digmatized. This is the reason why you become digmatized. Baby, if you ain't had no sex in about 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever the case may be, is you've been doing it. The first piece that you get, you're gonna lose your fucking mind because you haven't had it in a while. It's like you said, when we have a sugar rush. That's the reality. You're not going to change. Sometimes, baby, you got to let certain shit pass. I know some men don't. Well, Rob, you crossing us out. Well, no, brother, not. I mean, sometimes, man, you know, it is what it is. You're gonna get crossed out because of your background. Yeah, that's what happened in Covington. Yeah. That's what happened in Covington. That was domestic violence. Nigga that had been whooping on a woman's ass for years. You know what I'm saying? Didn't take attention to when she first met the motherfucker. Didn't pay that any attention. Didn't pay the attention that when you come up on jobs cutting up, he come up on a job cutting up. That's how he lost the job, because he was talking crazy to you, cussing you out on the motherfucking job, all that old kind of shit. Didn't pay that no attention. But like I said, that's your boo. You trying to show up in front of everybody, baby. That's just how he is. Yeah, baby, I see. That's an ass whooper. That's a nigga that's whooping his ass. Yeah. That nigga put his foot in your ass, showing the fuck will. But that's your boo. Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. Hey, baby, that's it. But the reason why you were put in a life and death, like my mama would say, and that's it, well, you saw Jesus because you didn't take care of your business. There has to come a point in time, man. We got to start paying attention to what's out here, man. Let me see for a minute. Hold for a minute. I see some people. It's starting to come in right now. What you said, Charles? What you said? Not true. That I like saying all black men are no good. That's not true either. True regarding missing red flags. Most my brother John came in. What's up, Brother John? What's going on? Most women pass up on real men for real niggas. Well, what you mean? If you still Tara, if you still on here, what do you mean when I say? Because I don't know exactly. I didn't see it. Just on the stream, y'all. Sometimes y'all comments come in kind of slow, and this, that, another. But what you mean by not true? That's not saying all black men are no good. Well, here's no, not all men are no good. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that these certain type of people, but sometimes, baby, you got to learn. I'm assuming what you see if you're gonna comment. You got to wait and see if what you fucking with is worth messing with. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. Just like the video I showed you. If you've been with a man for over a year and you ain't never seen a man work no job, if you've been with him, you've been with him for 1 year, and the first 6 months he didn't work. He ain't had a job. He was barely back. He was barely. Whenever you said something about a job, he wasn't really. But you know, you still staying with the nigga because you said it's rough time. Now you move the man into your house. Then when a year done passed, another 6 months. With your first 6 months, he wasn't working. These last 6 months for this whole year, this nigga had a job, but he keep talking about he real close. What the fuck are you fucking with this dude for? You talking about you getting your girl groups and you have these different conversations and this, that, and that. You say you want a working man, you want a thinking man, you won't just, well, what the fuck are you over here doing? Go back over here to my brothers. Like I tell brothers all the time, man, you need to stay out of teachers' faces. You need to stay out of, man, and ladies, don't get this wrong. Man, you need to be picking up gas at the drive-thru, man. When you go to Taco Bell, when you go to, hey man, you need to look in there and see if it's a gal in there that you can holler at, man. Because if that's what you talking about, because there ain't no money. We know that. We know it ain't too much money in fast food. You need to be hollering when you go get your Sparkbucks, man. When you go get your Sparkbucks coffee, man, you need to be hollering at them gas that's making the coffee. You need to holler at them gas because they ain't making no motherfucking money. They out here trying to get a union started. That's who you need to holler at, man. But the first thing out your mouth, you claim that they ain't got nobody, they ain't got this, they ain't got that. Well, wait a minute, cuz. You gotta make up your mind. If you don't want no woman with no career, you don't want no woman that's got no bag, you don't want no woman that's making her own money. But in the same motherfucking breath, when I bring you, okay, this woman ain't making them about 18,000, 22. I'm using my air. Use 18, make about $18,000, $25,000 a year. That's about what she making, man. Go holler up. Look at her, man. She got a little, look at her. It is what it is, man. That's a diamond in the rough. You got the money, man. You can get your toes done. You can get a better hairdo on her head, put a wig or something on her head. Look at her. Just put the makeup on. Look at her. Go get her. No, man, she low class. She this, she that. You can't have it both ways as men. We have to have the mentality. When we say we in this relationship, we're talking about growth. We're talking about building some shit. Are we going to build anything? What are we going to do? See, a lot of these conversations that we are having is stupid. It's dumb. It's really a dumb conversation because none of it makes any sense. Why would if me and a woman can merge our money together, that means that we can have better things. We could grow, like I said, in our line of years. When you get married, you ain't just getting married because that's a big boot ass gal. This is a chocolate red fine ass dude. That ain't the reason why you get married. You marry somebody so when you get in your lot of years, you ain't struggling. You ain't putting pennies and nickels and dimes together to try to figure out, can I buy this chicken? Can we just get a package of wings for me and him to eat on? Or do I need my diabetic, my high blood pressure, whatever illness I have? I got to make that motherfucking decision. I got to be on the phone with Medicaid, on the telephone with them, asking them 50, 11 other questions so I could try to try to get balance out where so I can pay for my motherfucking medication. It shouldn't be a place where a woman your woman got to worry about her motherfucking prescription. Y'all done got 70, 80 years old, and y'all got to sit up and worry about some prescriptions. Your woman can't go up to CVS. She can't go to Walgreens or anything like that and just pay for her motherfucking medication. What the fuck was you doing at 30, 40, and 50 years old? Some of this stuff that we're talking about, man, is fantasy land. Because like I said again, it's when it's on the man, it's by control. It's about control, man. That's all it is. Because you don't have enough charisma, you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have a real network where you can sit a woman down, baby, go this direction, go that direction. And she see the results. And that's where the submissiveness come in to the man because she respects the man because he providing. Providing is not solely just green paper. Provisions is network where I'm telling you to go to solve an issue, to solve a problem. But whenever it's about this motherfucking paper, 9 times out of 10, when it's about the motherfucking paper, when he fixing the car, he doing this, 9 times out of 10, you talk to them motherfuckers, they gonna be able to give you a horror story. They're gonna tell you how this man whooped their ass, how they been bitches and hoes, how there's been 4, 5 women on the outside, how there's been 2 and 3 children on the motherfucking outside. You got some niggas that pump babies and women and keep them barefoot and pregnant to keep them baited down so they can be over here fucking with their other gal. Real motherfucking talk. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to talking about relationships and this, that, another, man, we need to understand about what we're talking about. Some of this stuff we're talking about makes no sense at all. It don't even compute. For a motherfucker to come out their mouth and say that you are out of character because a woman is a teacher, she's a lawyer, she ain't finna find no man. And I'm gonna tell brothers, in my opinion, that's an insecure ass dude. If you fucked up because a woman has a career and she got some money, if you about your money, you'll be about your money just like she'll be about hers. And if y'all really are into each other and fuck with each other because of the individuals that y'all gonna make movie night, y'all gonna have date night, y'all gonna do trips, you gonna hang from the chandeliers and this, that, another. She gonna walk around with lingerie on. That's understandable. But today, man, it's about to come up. People are not trying to come up, man. Most of everybody, like I told you before, when people talk about that 50, oh man, I can't get with no 50-50. Most people ain't got 50. Most of you brothers and most of you sisters, while you're whining, and especially with women, the reason why women are whining and crying about because you ain't got 50. You don't have 50. If I come to you and ask you, baby, what are you? I mean, besides when we talk about money, you might be around me and some of my other and other sisters, because I got sisters same mindset. I said, well, baby, you heard that? I mean, have you thought about what do you have? Do you have a 401k? Are you investing your money? What are you doing? Well, you in my motherfucking business. Never mind. That's why you need that 6-figure brother so you can spend some more money. Because your money is all the fuck tied up. Some motherfuckers are walking around here now with houses and all these bills. When they get through their paycheck, they might have $100 left out their motherfucking paycheck. $100 after they pay the mortgage, after they pay car notes, electric bill, try to pay on the credit card, get the hair done, get the motherfucking feet done. They got $100 left out of their motherfucking paycheck. So when a lot of these women talking about this 50-50, you don't have 50. And just to be honest, the average black woman, she ain't making I believe you're above the black male. You ain't making about $50,000 a year. 96% of y'all. If I got the stat right, somebody get the stat right for me. But I know I'm close when I said 96%. 96% of black females only make $50,000 a year. That's it. When you talk about $100,000 a year, less than 1%. If not 1% of black women make $100,000 a year. So when you get to talking all that noise, talking all that, what are you talking about? You ain't got 50. Because everything you got tied up, you want somebody to see you with a wig on your head, with the eyelashes on your eye, your stilettos and your toes showing. That's where your money is going. You ain't doing nothing with it. So since you already behind the 8 ball yourself, you struggling financially, you want a man to come in and instead of you, hey, baby, I'm going to take care of this, Pay off your credit. Get your credit score up. Move the credit score. Pay down some of the credit card. You don't tell me what you just my mind. You can't tell. Okay, baby, stay broke. Let me go on down this motherfucking road. Just that simple. When you see men of wealth and this, that, and another, I tell brothers all the time, you don't see them by their motherfucking selves. Any man that has built anything has a woman beside him. See, it took Jeff Bezos almost 30 years to get rid of the one that started out with him. You know what I'm saying? He traded her in after being the richest man on the planet. He traded her in. But on the way up through that process, for the past 25, 30 years, it's been the same motherfucking woman. Okay, Tara, you came back in and see what you were saying. Some men want younger women because they want a young, fine trophy wife. They don't care if she messes around or if it's only with him for money. I have heard them discuss this, and I'm not speaking of all men. Yes, most men, when you hear about them wanting younger women, they want younger women as a trophy piece and also to produce a legacy. In other words, they want to keep their legacy going because there are black men out here that I forget to pick on this. I just said there are black men out here that don't have any children, and as a woman gets older, her being able to produce legacy, which is children, diminishes. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, they don't mind them having a side dude. It don't make a difference because, like I said again, you are just like this watch on my wrist, Tara. You just like this. You just like this watch. You just something I pop on. I take you down the red carpet. You there for the photo op, like in political things. You know, when you see a politician, you need to see a wife. You need to, because you giving out the image you just like me. So yeah, that's what that's about. And it's not about all men, but yeah, that some men don't care. But again, you as a woman, do you care? Now, if you with it, okay, do what you do. Go get you a side dude, but you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Side dude got to take a back seat when it's time for you to hit the red carpet. It is what it is. That's what it is. You know, the pool boy got to take a back seat. In other words, Nicole Simpson. OJ was the man that had the money, but you know, I was still fucking with this young guy coming through, knocking me the fuck off. Nicole Simpson, that's exactly what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? But now it doesn't make a difference. But if that's your mentality, you can't complain about me. I tell women, if that's the reason why you getting together with a brother, close your mouth and do as you are told because he got the money. And that's what you want to be able to spend the money. So shut your mouth, have your side boy on the side, let him know when you need him to come through and knock you off. But you need to do what you do when it's time to be on the red carpet, when it's time to host a thing for my clients or whatever, when they come through, you need to be available. You need to tell homeboy to go on about his business. Same way with men. They don't give, all I need you for is to show off to the next man. You are like a watch on my wrist. Like I tell you, like a watch. When you come to the thing, you standing there with your ball, with your legs stuck out, whatever the case may be. That's one that yes, you know, you trophy. That's what you are. And if you cool with that, that's all right. I'm not knocking that. But when I'm saying people, they're trying to make it seem like this unnecessary war. If you got money, I got money. Let's see what we can do with this money besides material shit. What can we do? What can we build with this motherfucking money that we both have? This is the mentality. But this is foreign conversation. Like I said, with me, I used to try to get away from it, but I'm pushing it more and more this year. I had a male in my life, regardless of what you may think of him, or when I call him a pool hall nigga, I had a male role model in my life. A lot of these dudes walk around here flapping off with their motherfucking gums. If they have fathers, they fathers sitting back looking at how stupid my son is dumb as hell. I guarantee you. Some of these fathers are looking back at these men, and the reason why some of these men are spitting what they spitting because there ain't no males in their life. They have a feminine. When you hear them speak, they have a feminine twinge to their conversation, to their concept. If you're gonna sit up here and tell me that you as a man, I don't need no woman that has any money, any career, anything, that means I need somebody that ain't got shit so I can control shit. Why don't we just say that? Why are you offended if a woman has a career, if a woman has some money in her pocket? What is the problem? Because you can't control nothing. You cannot hold a conversation. You can't, and I'm sorry, you call it ego or whatever. You can't hold a conversation and have a woman like this intrigued, want to listen, want to learn. You can't do that. You got to put your wallet on the table. You got to put your credit card on the table. Like at the beginning, I don't know if Tyler, you was on here. When I talked, you use what I got 5 income tax. That's what I make. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not, baby, going down the road, go away. I'm like I tell brothers all the time. I'm used. You can show me the gas. You can show, baby. I can show my same shape, same ass, titties. Everything. What are you talking about? And I make 53,000. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But when you hear those brothers talking all the time about their concept, they always got their mouth about some old tired ass female. She cheating. She for the streets. She this. She's a Britney. She's a this. Because again, it is not about your status as a man. It's about your status of control. When you look at the woman over here, like I said, black women, I don't understand why you adding titties to yourself. I don't understand why you adding ass to yourself. Because it's naturally there. Yes, we have thin black women. We do, but I'm just sorry, y'all. It's just that is a rarity in the black community, and we just have to come to realize that. But just like I said again, when I told you, 1 in 4 black women will ever be married. Why? That's any man, not a black man. That's any man. Because when you go and, like I said, put it in there. 1 in 4 black women will be married. And watch all the stuff that come up on Google that you can go read. I ain't talking about some Willie Joe shit. I ain't talking about Baka Faruka and all that. Go read the studies that have been done. Those men, those white men, those Asian men, those Hispanic men say, oh yeah, the black woman's sexy. She look good in the sun. She got a big behind. She got all this and that. But I ain't finna marry her because she got too much mouth, man. They trying to, now, baby, no, you don't want to listen. You don't want to help build. You don't really want to build nothing. You want to fuck some shit off. That's what the fuck you want to do. What you said, Tara? What you say? Why are some of our men displaying a demeanor of 20 and 30-year-olds? Their conversation starts with sex, starts really early. Some also want to visit a woman's house and don't mention dating. I have been told I'm out of touch or old fashioned. Let's see. We make sure I say, why are some men displaying a demeanor of 20? Okay. Well, here's the reality behind it. Like again, male role model. A lot of these brothers out here now, that's what time it is, because they don't have the mentality to understand, or they haven't had the role models that sex is natural. If you're going to have, if the woman has access to sex, she gives you access to that. So if there's a conversation to be had, you can have a conversation, but it doesn't have to be about sex. If the woman is enjoying your company and this, that, and other, and sex is coming. I ain't got to talk about fucking on the first night. I ain't got to talk. Sex is coming. If you into me, I'm into you. Sex is coming. It's something that's going to be there. Now, when we talk, so again, when you don't have male role models in there, that's where the thing about $40 came up. Niggas are willing to pay for. In other words, you got men out here now. I got 6 figures. I got money, baby. Fuck me. That's what they mean. I got money. Fuck me. That's what they mean. So when you do that, that's where that's coming from. So when you have that type of demeanor, that's what that means. You fuck me because I got money. So that's why that demeanor come up. And secondly, on the woman's side, her other 50%, the other half, black women, that's what you're presenting. You willing to fuck. In other words, you try to capture a man instead of with conversation. You trying to capture a man sexually. Okay, let me get him some. Let him try this out because it's supposed. Because see, I'm telling you, I got repeat customers. I got dudes calling me on that because I know I got niggas going crazy. No, baby, your pussy is available. That's why a motherfucker calling you. It ain't that it's fire hot. It's easy, accessible. All I got to do, you hear my voice, you like me, you might have some sort of feeling for me. I come through, I can knock your ass out. It ain't that it's wonderful, baby. Because not only if it was, you wouldn't have, I got 4, 5 of y'all wonderful pussy ass females lined the fuck up. See, we don't, see, like I said again, we don't like these kind of conversations. We don't have these same kind of conversations. But when it comes to dating, yes, when we date, men don't, we don't date. We don't get to know each other. We don't meet up. We don't go out. We don't do things. Because today, a lot of people feel like dating what? And a lot of times we got to understand in dating, if for some men, it's like this here. I go out, I spend money on you, I supposed to fuck you. If I done took you to get you a steak, if I done put a lobster in your mouth, I done put some crab legs in your mouth. Hell, if I done put a 2-piece Jack Purtles in your goddamn mouth, I supposed to be fucking you. That's the mentality because they ain't had male role models. They listen to these motherfuckers out here that ain't had male role models. See, I'm like I told you, I a person that told, really to be honest with you, I am a dinosaur. I'm a rarity amongst black men. I had a black father that actually had his hands on me. You know what I'm saying? That he actually had a conversation with me. I am a rarity in the black community. You see what I'm saying? Because most of the black men that you run across, they ain't had, all they done had is female figures in their life. So that's why they overly emotional. That's why they get upset. That's why when they get rejected, we all gonna feel we don't like to be rejected, but that's why some dudes lose it, coveting tendency. That's why some men lose it when they are rejected, because that's been the whole way throughout their lives. Now, the other part, what I think he was talking about dating, make sure someone wanted to visit a woman's house and don't mention that. Yes, because here's the situation. It has worked. Because there are women out there, as soon as you meet the dude, let's go back, let me come by your house. Let me come by your house, let me sit on your couch, let me fuck you. You see what I'm saying? Because on the other half of the pie, the woman is the same way. You know what I'm saying? The man hasn't talked about dating and this, that, another. In other words, women haven't turned around and said, well, when the man talk, y'all been talking on the phone, and the man told me, well, when am I gonna see you? And you don't turn, well, you haven't asked me out on a date. Well, I can't come by the house. You turn around, some women get, but if I don't let him come by the house, he ain't gonna fuck with me. Like I say, it's 50-50. Ladies, you have access to sex. If you don't want a man at your house after meeting him and this, if you want to go on a few dates, that's what your standard is. That's what you put out there. That's what's up. You go by my, you want to come by here, but we ain't went on no date. I don't do it like that, dude. I don't know you. I don't know you. You've been talking to me about, brother, I don't know you. You're not going to come by my house, and I really don't know you, and I don't know if I'm that much into you. But some black women are scared to say that because they're scared they're going to run a black man off. So what ends up happening, the black man come over the house. And like I said again, a lot of times, fuck boys do that as a test. Let me see how desperate this female is. And when you show me that you're desperate in that certain way, oh, I know I'm finna do the same routine as I has always done with other females. In other words, here's another way to look at it. The reason why men send dick pics into the inbox is because if he do it 5 times, he gonna get sex twice. He might get turned down 3 times, but 2 of these women are gonna fuck with him. He gonna be able to have sex with him. If he don't have sex with him on the first night, after maybe taking her to a movie or two, he gonna be able to have sex with her. So that's why the dick pics keep coming into the inbox, because there are women out there that make the dick pic photo in the DM work. That's why. It's not hard. It's not a hard concept. It don't take no deep ass concept to understand that. That's why that works. So that's why brothers keep doing that. And when somebody they only have that 30-year-old mentality, yeah, because that's what it is. Now, sometimes when you see these dudes that are 40, 50 years old with that 20, 30 mentality, sit back and observe. Those niggas ain't got shit. They ain't really rocking on nothing. And sometimes these men, and in defense of men, some men just don't want to get married. All they want is have a good time. They're gonna be a bachelor till they leave here. Thumbs the fuck up. It is not as a woman, it is not your thing to change a man from being a bachelor into a married man. If a man say he wants to be a bachelor, he's not looking for a commitment, and that's something that you want, take your ass on down the road. Why you sitting up here trying to change? But he's so fine. He's so chocolate. He red. He got a beard. He ain't got a beard. Whatever. He got money. He worked. He 6 figures. Why the fuck are you trying to change somebody that told you that they don't want a serious relationship? Take your ass on down the road. But again, because you think this is the only fine man that you ever would have your desire. This is the only fine man that you're gonna find. It is what it is. Let me see what else. What is that said, Tyler? I'm gonna get off of here real quick. I know it is coming, but the first few conversations. Well, again on that, if you in a conversation with a man, he talking about sex in the conversation, you cut the conversation the fuck off. Yes, he fine. Yes, he cute. Yeah, he is. But if his conversation with you is from a sexual nature or using sexual innuendos, if you don't like that, cut the dude the fuck. Either say it and see if he'll correct it, and if he don't correct it, if he gets in his feelings, it ain't nothing but a phone conversation. That's all the fuck it is. It's a phone conversation. Hang the motherfucking phone up and go on to the next dude. What's that, Tyler? I know some couples who actually had sex their first encounter and still together. However, I know more who were actually never really connected. Yes, it can happen. That's another thing. I've already brought that up. When we talk about, well, if I have sex with him on the first date, what does he think of me? Okay, whatever he thinks is whatever he thinks. What do you think of yourself? If you felt that and that's what it was, and the nigga went on about his beard, okay, let the nigga go on about his beard. But I'm tired. But baby, that don't mean you every first date that you get with a dude, you drop sex off. Now, yes, some people can get because they actually fuck with each other. They may have had a conversation and they had sex with each other on their first encounter, and they done went on down the road because they grown. Hey, I like this chick. I like dude. That's something we grown. We had sex on our first date. That's cool. And we gone on down the motherfucking road. But just like you said too, there are also other couples that didn't have sex. They waited. And once they got together, they didn't have a real motherfucking connection. Well, like I said again, in that situation, if there's no real connection between you and dude, you know what I'm saying? That's when you cut shit off. You didn't have sex with him. You didn't feel him. It wasn't now. It wasn't situation. Move on down the motherfucking road. We ain't connected. We don't need to pretend in a relationship. I'm not connected with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But ain't that a soul tie? Soul ties are easily broken. I have to accept that you are not it. I can just say that, hey, we had sex or whatever you did, whatever I did, that's what it was. Let me head on down this motherfucking road. That's just the reality behind it. But I think that's what you're saying, baby. Women are more emotional than men when it comes to sex. Women are more likely to get caught up. Yes, because like I said before, I told one time, like I told you before in one of my old Facebook lives, the heart and the pussy, your pussy and your heart is connected. A man's dick and his mind is not. A man can go out here all day long and have sex with another woman and swear for Almighty God he loves you. Because to men, that's just a physical act. To a woman, you're taking me in. That's what that is. We take it in. But what women have to learn about that is this: that emotional, that when you said women get caught up, that emotion needs to be put into check, or you need to have discipline behind it. Love is a risk. It is what it is. You can wait, you can hold out, you can do all that, but you never know. But you need to put that in discipline. You should not use sex as a way to seal a relationship. If there's not sealed mentally, if the man has not intrigued you or captures you mentally, you don't give him no sex, baby. That ain't what it is. And you got some women out here on the town. If a man, you done went out on 2 and 3 dates, and the man ain't touched your ass, he ain't sucked on no titty, he ain't rubbed no coochie, he ain't done nothing. Some women will open up their mouth and say, that man is gay. This man ain't even tried to touch me. This man ain't never tried to rub on me. And it's only probably been maybe 3 or 4 dates. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. The man is talking to you, whatever. Don't think the man don't want you, but I mean, just because the man ain't touching, that's what it is. And sometimes women leave those men alone because in their life, either I fuck him on the first night or within the second date, I'm fucking that dude, and that's my man. That's how you would get emotionally talked the fuck up. Giving a man sex does not cultivate or seal a relationship. It doesn't. Never have, never will. You know what I'm saying? A man, the only way, and I'm sorry, brothers gonna get mad, and some brothers gonna try to deny it, but they know it's the truth. Men are captivated or caught up. They love their woman because there's a mental connection. We're able to communicate. We're able to talk. We're able to have certain conversations. Same with women. Some women can't understand. There was a TikTok video out, where a sister was making a joke, but it was a true joke. She said, I try to be that hoe. I try to be like my girlfriend, fuck niggas and this, that, and that. But baby, I can't. That's a what she was saying. I like him. It's something about it. I like this dude. I can't be. In other words, mental connection. Ain't nothing got to do nothing with the bedroom, baby. They ain't got because if you feel each other, if you love each other, if there's something there, if there's emotional, if there's a mental connection there, in the bedroom it's gonna be fire anyway. Because these are two people that really desire each other. There's gonna be the hooping, hollering, and sweating in the room, and it is what it is. But like I said again, we have allowed society to tell us the only way you know a man wants you is in that second day. He rubbing on your ass, trying to pull your titty out, suck on, or fill on your coochie, baby. That's what society done told y'all. So that lets you know a man wants you, or these men are in your inbox sweating you. No, the man is in the inbox sweating you because your ass, I want to fuck her. She's the buffet take. I like her ass. I like them titties and this, that, and another. I want to see what the fuck that's like. So I'm gonna be in the inbox. Hey, sunshine. Hey, love. Hey, what the fuck ever in the inbox. It is what the fuck it is. Like I tell women a lot of time, some women don't understand. Some men, if you are attracted to some men, yes, they want to see inboxes too from you. But there has to be a mental connection there. But that's what that is, Tara. So when you talk about people that ain't never been connected, especially, I think that's what I'm finna read before you put that last part in. When you talk about how have I know more who were actually never really connected, right? Because like I said, in certain situations, niggas are hobosexuals. A hobosexual is what he's going to do. He's going from boxcar to boxcar. He's going from woman to woman. That's where he's going. He's going from woman to woman to be able to have sex with certain women in this life. That's what he's able to do. That's what he's going to do. That's his thing. So what he's doing is like he's not really connected because it really wasn't nothing there. You were cute, you were fine. Really, sometimes the man, all he wanted to do was sample. All the woman wanted to do was sample. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's the reality behind it. But for me, that's what the main thing. I got some things I got to do here. That was my main reason for doing this show tonight. Is because it's just time for us to be real, man. Some of the shit we talking about, it's cool. It's making you money on YouTube. You got subscribers. You got, like I said, I ain't got number 25 on mine, but you got subscribers and shit. I believe in dealing in the real world, man. If a man is talking about he don't want no a woman that's discounted because she's able to make money or she has a career, she lost her value as far as me, that man there has nothing up here to give. All he have is a wallet that he's talking with. Point motherfucking blank. That's it. Cause like I tell a nigga, if you want them tight, if you want that like, you need to be hollering at them gas at the drive-through, cool. You need to be, when you go through Burger King, when you go through McDonald's, when you go through Riley's, when you go, you know what I'm saying? You need to be hollering at the cashiers at Kroger's and Super Low and shit. That's what, I'm not knocking the chick, but that's who the fuck y'all need to be hollering at. Because 9 times out of 10, when you come across the women, all the women trying to do is keep the motherfucking nail done, trying to keep a decent ass hairdo on their head, and maybe some Uggs or some shit they want on their motherfucking feet. And you got the money so you can give them that, and that's it. But when you dealing with somebody just like yourself, when you dealing with a woman that is able, that's trying to get streams of income, trying to build up a 401k, trying to start a business, that you fucked up, because her conversation sometimes is going to be about business practices, how to build some shit. You don't want to have that conversation with a woman, because to be honest and truthful about a lot of you motherfuckers, the only reason why you making 6 figures is the motherfucking job that you got. It has nothing to do with your mentality. It has to do with the job or position that you hold. That's all the fuck that is. So when you get to talking about business, other streams of income, you can't have a conversation. Because some of these niggas, like I said, some of these niggas talking about their other stream of income. One of their, and I'm going to give them credit, one of their stream of income is YouTube. Okay, baby, all you got to do is do YouTube channel, get it built up, get enough of a following. YouTube start sending you some money. People start advertising on YouTube page. Money start coming the fuck in. That's what it is. But when you go outside of it, the thing, like I said, the thing we're going to be talking about at the Entrepreneurs Expo coming up on May 29th, you can't have them kind of conversation. You don't want that kind of woman. Because you really, when you get down to it, you're afraid that you're going to be exposed. Nigga, the only way you know how to make money is through YouTube. You don't know nothing about insurance policy. You don't know nothing about selling insurance. You don't know nothing about selling real estate. You see what I'm saying? You don't have no idea about that. You don't know nothing about co-ops. You don't know nothing about that. You can't have a conversation. So that's why you don't really want to fuck with that woman, because that's what it. Well, why she gonna do? And sometimes it slips out their mouth. Well, she gotta. Why am I there? You her motherfucking man. You a sounding board. You a whiteboard. You a motherfucking business partner. Somebody that can advise. You a counselor. Cool. Hey, baby, you need to do this. Go check this out. Go check this grant out. Go do that. Same she does with you. But see, again, that's not our concept in the Black community when we start talking about relationships. Our thing is to come up. We need to get with somebody so we can spend money, not build money, spend money. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's about. Like I told you, I'm going to end it this way, just like with me. I went to a public school. My son went to private school. I'm trying to get other streams of income started for myself in my older age. But as my son sees this, the money that's going to be left behind for him, he might say, instead of him working for somebody, the money that I leave him behind, he can use that to work for himself. That's called building. The money that I'm building, the money that I'm trying to save, the things that I'm trying to start, the woman that I'm with, when we get 70, 80 years old down the motherfucking ride, we can still, I'm just going to be silly. We can go to Piccadilly's and get us a plate and sit down. I can whip out a credit card or cash. Me and her can sip lemonade and eat our motherfucking food. And if she got to walk by Walgreens to pick up her prescription for her blood pressure, she don't have to ask for generic. Just give me the medication. Here's my husband's credit card or whatever the case. Here's his card and shit. Slide that motherfucker through, and she walked the fuck up out there with that medication. That is what a relationship is about. This shit, what we talking about, is about a motherfucking come up and pictures on social media. That's what we're trying to do. So when we decide to get real in the Black community about relationship, that's when we'll see the family structure come back. But this shit that we doing right now ain't getting us nowhere. But I appreciate everybody tuning in on Robert Lee TV. I'll holler at you.